And we are live. Hello, Internet, and welcome to FNP Wargamers live show about stuff and Internet things and Warhammers.
And Warhammers.
All the hammers of war. So, guys, what are we gonna have a chittle chat about today?
Well, apparently 50 Shades of Grey.
Primer,
not. Yeah.
50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, I'm not doing that with any of y'all.
Oh,
come on.
It's just primer.
Just primer.
No priming.
You don't like gray primer?
Oh no, I don't like any kind of priming. I just like to get right to it.
Just right to it.
Paint on models.
Wow.
But as long as you wash them, though, right?
Oh no,
that's
don't
so
even
raw.
I hardly take on mold lines.
No, he washes it. He washes his plastic. I don't even wash my plastic. I just bare bone that plastic.
Well, if it's
Little raw.
you don't wash it.
So,
Oh, a lot to talk about.
yep.
A lot of,
Got to mention was
I
the
think.
weekend opener of Citadel 2, don't forget, last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Warhammer Citadel, that was cool. They had some big releases that they dropped. Some interesting new shows that they're doing as well. Warhammer TV.
Yeah, I have
That was
heard
very
about.
interesting.
I heard we got some competition.
Competition of what?
Wait, FNP got some competition for Warhammer TV.
Oh yeah, those Warhammer TV guys. Yeah, they're trying to do something. No. But it looks like Frankie and Geoff from Frontline Gaming are going to have a Theory Hammer talk show, which sounds interesting. And then they're also going to do like a live feed for tournament type games, or a live feed of top players in the U.S., I guess, playing each other. So it'll be interesting to see what happens on those two fronts.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, they should get the top Houston player on there, which would be me. So after my showing at the Atomic Bomb or whatever tournament Alan just organized, I did rockingly awesome.
I heard you did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got best sportsmanship.
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, though, what was your record?
Oh, I was top 10.
Yes, he was.
I was top 10 out of the 10 players that played. So. Yeah, I finished 9th. I was 0-3.
Awesome.
But I have to say that every single game I lost, except for the first one, was, I think the second game I lost by like 5 points, and the last game I only lost by 3 points. So they were all close games. So I did lose to the best player and then the player below him. So, which was surprisingly Christian from Atomic Hobbies. He had a very good list.
Yep.
And the funny part was about the whole tournament is there were 6 players had knights. Some form of knights.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I think we just found the new meta. It's knights.
I don't know. People are going to catch on to my LVO list.
No. We'll see. We did other things where we had, like battalions from other things to give us command points.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just doing straight knights.
So my AdMech, I completely command farmed like crazy.
So do you think this new Space Wolf Codex, those players are going to add knights to their list too? Or you think it's going to be...
I think Space Wolves would most likely we'd see cheap battalions, maybe like Guard or even like AdMech or something that they could also command point farm. So I think you'll see Space Wolves will be a large majority of elite stuff with a battalion for command point farming. I think that's what a lot of people are going to be doing lately. I think in the meta right now is just for the fact that, I think with my AdMech I had 11 command points, In most games, I spend about 16 to 17 command points because the AdMech one allows you to, anytime you or your opponent uses a command point, you get to roll a 6 and you get the command points. So, yeah, needless to say, I mean, I rolled some 6s, but it was just the fact that, the other player was also had, most of my opponents had 11 to 15 command points. So
Jeez.
that's a lot of dice I get to roll for 6s, So.
Well,
I swear I'm doing something wrong.
I say enjoy it while you can. The rumors are getting a lot stronger that command point farming is probably going to come to a halt with chapter approved, or there's going to be some point adjustments where it becomes almost impossible to do this. It's a little out of control. I definitely understand why people do it. I mean, spend 500 points on a battalion of guard and get those 5 or 6 command point, or 8 command points, 5.
Yep, 5.
Yeah, 5 free ones there. I mean, I have a feeling though, come November, December, that's going to get nipped in the bud. But
I think the weird thing is that pretty much every army can command point farm. So,
Wow.
I feel that it's
Sound better than
I
others.
mean, if they really want to stop a lot of this and kind of, I think, even things up, they need to maybe put a rule in there like the Imperium type thing, that Imperium can't be your keyword across your entire battle force instead of just, battalion or whatever. If they did that, I think it'd fix a little bit of maybe the crazy stuff we see with the Imperium armies. But then they'd also have to, I think if they did that, they'd have to do the same thing across every army with Ynnari and everything like that. But no, I mean, every single game I played was really good. All the people up there were pretty good people. We had Jamie came down. He won Best Painted at Wargames Con.
Yep.
And he brought his army. It was really beautifully painted. It was funny because we both had House Terran Knights, and Alan was like, "Y'all painted them identical." I'm like, "Well, it's kind of the base color, and then you highlight it like they tell you to." So yeah, they turned out pretty identical. And then Colin came with his night list. It's not Colin McDade, it's Colin
Coons.
Yeah, and I think he paid him House Cadmus or something like that because they were green, but they were like LED lights in the eyes and stuff. It was really pretty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it House Katniss?
Cadmus or something, I think. I don't know, they were green. I don't know what house he was running, maybe his own creation house, but they were painted very well. So
Nice.
And then had a couple Chaos players with Renegade Knights detachments. So, and then John, your boy Clint, showed up with his Orks, so that was the outlier.
Yeah.
He won more games than I did, so he was doing better than I was.
Yeah, well, good for him.
So no, it was a really good tournament. I know War Games Con just got over, and this weekend's going to be Nova, so there was only like major ones people are going to. But it was a really good tournament, a really good turnout, and there was a lot. I mean, yeah, it was a lot of fun games, a lot of banter going around, so it was a real good environment. So
Awesome.
Very cool. We had some very interesting lists there. So
You said 6 of those armies had knights in them, some combination?
yeah, so mine was AdMech and Knights. The guy who won it, Christian, brought Blood Angels and Knights. And then Devin brought Demons, Renegade Knights, and Chaos Space Marines. Another guy brought Chaos Space Marines with Knights. Yeah, so that's 5, right? And Colin Coons, of course, was Guard and Knights. Jamie brought Guard and Knights. I think that's it. Yeah, those are the 6 Knight players.
Wow.
Then we had an Imperial Guard guy who kind of filled in a little later. We had Tau. Yeah.
I'm glad Christian won because he has played in every one of our tournaments, and he has gotten bottom of every one of our tournaments. And him turn around and win is pretty impressive.
Yeah. And I must say that is it the Valiant is the one with all the big guns?
Yeah.
Or the or is it Castellan?
Castellan.
Yeah, he had a Castellan. That thing can lay down firepower like none other.
But you have one, DJ?
I do. It's not painted, but yeah, it can lay down some firepower. I wouldn't have lasted as long as I did if I didn't. I made on my dune crawlers. I made a lot of my 5 and 5 up invulnerable saves. That saved me. But yeah, that thing was wrecking shop. And then Christian did seize on me first game, so that kind of hurt. But other than that, yeah, it was just a good time. Yeah, I had a good game with Devin, and then a guy named Robert playing Chaos. Yeah, he had the 40-man cultist bomb.
Oh,
And I was trying to hold out long enough from killing the cultists, but then I couldn't help it because he kind of screened his whole army. So in order for me to get back there with my knights, I had to go through the cultist. Then he used the cultist bomb. Devin had a cultist bomb and a bloodletter bomb.
Oh my god.
So the cultist bomb, I didn't even bother doing anything to them, and waited till he's out of command points. And the bloodletter bomb, I did okay on. So I was able to use the stratagem from Admech when they came down. I was able to shoot him right away. So I dwindled him down from 25 to 19. So he didn't get the +1 attack on the charge, and I ended up surviving with my Admech, my 2 units, and killed off more bloodletters than he killed off me. So made some 6 up invulnerable saves. So very good game.
Awesome. You think recently we all saw that Imperial armies were
Whoa.
running. Wait, who's doing?
Stadium.
It was running. Everybody's running custodes in Imperial. Now it looks like everybody's running knights and custodes.
Yeah, I would say everyone's going to. I think you may see custodes go away a little bit more, and people will be running more knight stuff. I think knights are really good. They got some really cheap stratagems too that really help out a lot. I didn't realize it was 1 point to make your knight back up to full for a turn.
Oh.
That's 1 command point.
Wow.
So my knight was like at 3 wounds, played a command point, rolled a 6 and got it back, and then he was able to act like normal for the rest of the turn for that shooting and assault. So
There's also a rumor too about guardsmen going up 4 points.
yeah, I did get to use the stratagem where I got to hit something on a top level though with my knight. Killed an obliterator.
Nice.
didn't you do some kind of like epic? Was it night combat with Devin? Where you like picked something up and killed it and it grabbed?
Yeah, so it was pretty good. So Devin had he had a hell rune, and then his twin Gatling cannon Chaos Knight, and he put them just close enough so my knight base hit both of them. So when I charged in, I did a double charge, and then I attacked the Armiger first because he had like 2 wounds. He had 6 wounds left, and I had the Thunder Gauntlet. So I attacked him first with 2 of my Thunder Gauntlet attacks. Killed it. Used my next 2 attacks on the other knight, and then killed it. And then I threw the Armiger into the cultists for D3 mortal wounds. So it's pretty epic. So, and then after that, it died. And then he couldn't wound my knight at all with anything else in his army, but his cultists were destroying my knight. We were taking off like 3 to 4 wounds a turn. So it finally dwindled down my knight. It was kind of funny, but it was very epic. It was a very, very good game with Devin. Came down to the last turn, and he brought in his Khorne Demon Prince to try to kill off my warlord, and I rolled 666s on my saves, on my mechanics, my Tech Priest Dominus, and Devin said, "Oh God." He was expecting that warlord kill, which would have really sealed the game for him, but he ended up winning by 3 points. So a lot of fun this weekend. So what y'all guys do this weekend?
Worked. Took on a new painting commission.
Oh, you did?
Fund LVO.
Nice.
Got a guy that wants a Space Wolf army, so I've started on that.
Nice.
Hopefully, I'll be done in about 2 weeks.
Sweet. I saw that you also looks like you sold off your beautifully Raven Guard army too. Your Primaris Raven Guard.
Yep, sold them off.
You don't know how much I
Only way
debated when you said that. I was like, I want that.
I really like that army too. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's sad to see it go because it was probably one of the best ones I've done in a long time. But it was time to move on. If I don't get rid of my army, I'll never dive into the one I need for LVO. I'll just sit back and wait and go, oh, I've got this one as a backup. I'll take that to LVO. This is the only way I could dive into the Thousand Suns army with the theme that I've got going. So yeah, had to get rid of them.
God. Yeah. I was so sad when I saw that. Like that is because that's an awesome army too. That's, and you see the rumors. You see some of the rumors that I know it's like way out in the world, but they said that maybe Primaris are going to get transports.
Yeah, that was a kick in the junk. I was like, oh, right when I get rid of the army.
Yeah, and then God, man,
They
So
they
good.
have transports. A really cool hover tank. Why does anyone complain about it?
Okay, they do have a transport, but I needed a cheaper transport than 330 some odd points.
So now you're just being picky. You
I
got
am.
nice transport with a lot of shooting.
Maybe
I-
Primaris can ride and drop pods again.
I'm invoking my gamer privilege here, and I expect cheaper transports for my Primaris, or at the very least, let me put them in a Land Raider, or I've got a Mastodon from Forge World. Let me put them in that. I mean, if I can put custodes in a Land Raider who are bigger than Marines, and if I can put dreadnoughts inside the Mastodon, I sure as hell can put in Primaris Marines in that Mastodon.
No, Primaris can't fit in a Land Raider. Don't you know? There's no way.
The custodes are bigger, and they fit.
No,
Okay.
they can't fit. The Land Raider may be massive, but they need headroom. They don't want to be like shrugged down the whole time. So
The custodes are taller and bigger than the Primaris Marines.
oh, you know what it is? The Custodes don't complain about their ride. So the Primaris complain about it. So the driver of the Land Raider is like, bro, you guys get out.
No, y'all are both wrong. Okay, the reason why Primaris cannot ride in transports, they were not trained to. They were only trained with the repulsor. When Bella's Call created them, there was no way for him to get a hold of a Rhino or a Land Raider or a Razorback or Storm Raven or any other kind of transport. And all he had was a repulsor. So they got in there like, this is our transport, and that's all they know how to do. So maybe in the next couple hundred years, they'll be trained to be able to get into a Rhino.
What training do you need? Duck your head, sit down, put on your seatbelt.
Whoa,
Done.
Wait. Now we're getting to like small things. You know how hard it is to tell privates to do that in the regular army? And their Primaris test tube babies, they're probably the exact same way.
I mean, they are dumb as old things. I mean, Primaris, I mean, they'd get confused. If you gave them like a plasma gun, they'd be like, what is this? They're like, we don't have hell blasters. We got the big ones. We don't know how to use the small ones. Or can you imagine what the look on their face if you gave them a melt-a-gun? They'd be like, I've only been trained to shoot more than 36 inches. I have no clue how to shoot 12 inches. It's pretty confusing as shit for those poor guys.
Are they millennials?
No.
No.
They're millennials.
What's after millennials? Millennials. There's a new one.
No, but they're millennials.
No, they're not.
Well, anyways, yeah, if they have transports come up with those Primaris, that'll actually be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. And then,
And
of course,
considering I still have like 60 Primaris Marines that are on sprue, so it's not like I can't make another Space Marine army.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes, I got two Dark Imperium boxes. Those Primaris sitting there.
that reminds me. The Primaris I have, I was just going to get rid of them, and then I was looking at pictures on the internet, and I've always had a secret want of an army to make, and I always wanted to make angry Marines, and because they're just super funny and you can do a lot of fun things. And I was like, well, I'm never going to buy Space Marines to do it, but I happen to have all these Primaris, so I'm going to make an angry Marine Primaris army, just big enough to be maybe whatever the Primaris that comes in the Dark Imperium. So
I got a suggestion. Go to Pop Quiz the Monkey. They have so many different products to add on to Marines for angry Marines. Shoulder pads, the bats, the wrenches, the power fists.
oh, do they? Okay.
They 3D print it all, and the quality is really good.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard of Pop Quiz the Monkey. Didn't they get in some trouble with the GW?
Yeah, he had to pull some stuff off.
Yeah, and he had a big thing where he had people rename all the different shoulder pads and everything. Everything's got renamed, but
Some stuff got taken down.
yeah, but for the most part, everything's back up. And heck, they even got up a new thing called the Smash Captain Kit.
Yep.
So for anybody that's making the Blood Angel Smash Captain, you can just order the stylized jump pack, power fist, and or Thunderhammer and Storm Shield.
Let's see here.
So let's see here. So, let's see what we got in chat. We have Dogsy said Space Wolves got taken a giant dump on in 8th. Not too sure on that one yet. I think time will tell what is going to happen to the Space Wolves. And then Just North said Blood Angels and Space Puppies is probably going to be brutal this deck.
So I read some stuff, TJ, in the Codex about Space Wolves, and they they actually dive into the Primaris just a little bit on the timeline, and I was kind of pleased about this. So Ulrich decides, and he's trying to convince the Space Wolf chapter as a whole, like the Primaris is the key to fix the curse, the curse and the wolf in and all that stuff. He's like, this is our chance. So a squad of interceptors end up hanging out with the Wolfen, and they go in battle. The curse takes over the interceptors, and they start running in and bashing people with their weapons instead of shooting them. So they are no longer, that has been proven that they are not immune to the curse of the Wolfen. So that kind of shattered Ulrich's heart a little bit, and then the next phrase, the next, I think, quote or whatever it is, the paragraph, talks about how, I think it's Grimnar and a couple people are talking about how all the prophecies have lined up and have been answered. And so they talk to each other, like, we need to wake up Bjorn and talk to him about this because everything's coming to light. And then they end up basically waking up and then talking in secret, and that's all you know. So I was kind of happy with the whole Primaris thing, because the fact they are a bunch of test tube babies anyway. But they are the wolves. They can't withstand the Wolfen curse.
Awesome.
That's
good, because that was your biggest reserve.
Well, that's one of my biggest ones.
You made that pretty prevalent. You were pretty upset about that one.
Well, what I'm upset about is they accepted the wolf, the Primaris into the Great Company, which doesn't make sense, as in the unified. The curse.
If Grimity Graham Santa Claus says so, then why won't they listen?
What's that?
If Grimity Graham Santa Claus says so, why won't they listen?
Hey, that's all men winners. All men winners. So yeah.
That's interesting, though. I think that is very interesting. That Primaris aren't. That's kind of sad, but at the same time, I think it's very fluffy for Space Wolves.
Oh yeah.
God, man, I'm painting up my Space Wolves.
Whenever we work talk, I have a bunch of reliable-ish, maybe take with a pinch of salt, but some some news on a lot of orc stuff. So when we get to that point.
Oh, cool. Well, I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see what the next month goes on with Space Wolves. But I know the Orks are hot on the tail with all the cool new stuff they've released, with all the new cool buggies and everything else are going to look phenomenal. The new one with the grot on the front, all posed up like this, is phenomenal. So once you go into some of those interesting things, you've heard about the Orksies.
So I'm just going to paraphrase and kind of talk about some of the units that have been, of course, been released, some names, some things that we haven't seen. Take with a grain of salt, obviously, like with anything. But we'll start off with what looks like there won't be in the new models that won't be coming out. That is possibly, again, salt. Take with the salt. Is there's going to be no war boss, mech, or pain boy on bike in the codex. Again, take with a grain of salt. But that's one thing someone has mentioned. There will be it's called a Mega Track Scrap Jet, quote unquote. Confirmed to be a character-toting trike, the one shown in the background of the buggy video. So that big dude that we saw in the back corner.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be, is a Mega Track Scrap Jet trike. It sounds interesting.
Oh, I heard Gaskell is going to be a Primarch.
Yes, that is another thing that they've been. I'm not saying it's confirmed, but a lot of reliable sources have been saying the same thing, that they're usually pretty accurate with their leaks. Another thing is called a squig buggy. Possible the rocket truck squig buggy is mentioned as another vehicle we haven't seen, so that's something to look forward to. The mech shot fortification gives nearby shooting units with a random number of shots the maximum number of shots. What else? The DACA roll. Rolls of 6 in the shooting phase generate extra shots.
Mm-hmm.
The clan rolls, of course, they've got a bunch of those going out. Between the Goths, Bad Moons, Evil Sun, Death Skulls, Blood Axes, Snake Bites. They all have their own little special rolls. Then you've got stratagems. I think a couple of them are, this is like, when I read this was very interesting, because a lot of these things were not stratagems. They were part of the Orc army. For instance, the Green Tide is take an unstrength boys unit, set them up full strength within 6 inches of a board edge and 9 inches from an enemy unit.
Whoa.
We all know what the Green Tide used to be there. So that's a stratagem, quote unquote.
So it's like an Orc bomb?
Kind of, I guess so, yeah. Teleport, of course. Again, one of the Orc spells that now looks like a stratagem. Lets the Orc player keep 20 power level models off the board, teleport in within 9 inches of the enemy on turn 1. No mention how it works with the new deep strike restrictions in the big FAQ. So that one's another one that they don't know. What else? A fun one I like, because I like the name. It's called Grot Shield. When an Orc unit near a unit of Grots is hit with in the shooting phase, roll a 2-up. Grots take the shot instead. Love it. Ramming speed, vehicle charges 3d6. Does mortal wounds when it successfully charges. Combine this with some of the new buggies or a Gorgonaut, and there you go. Looted is a thing. Orc infantry unit gains +1 to armor saves when a vehicle is destroyed near them. Long uncontrolled burst, add +1 to hit for a flying unit that shot at other flyers. So yeah.
Wow.
Again, grain of salt, but
they sound very orky.
Yeah. So Bad Moons, reroll 1s to hit. That's their thing.
Close combat?
Just says reroll 1s to hit. I don't know the detail on that. Goffs, rolls of 6 to hit in close combat, generate further attacks.
Nice.
Death Skulls, 6+ invulnerable save. Units may also reroll 1 to hit, to wound, and damage roll for shooting. Blood Axes may advance and charge after falling back, also count as in cover while in the open.
Oh, cool.
Snake Bites, 6+ rolls to ignore wounds, like disgustingly resilient. Freebooters, which is my favorite. I like the freebooters, of course. That's like the whole thing. Get +1 to hit if another nearby friendly model destroys an enemy. Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
So, again, all like I say, just remind everybody that's watching and stuff, this has not been confirmed by direct sources. This is all take with a grain of salt, please.
He does not truly know, but he may.
So, I mean, the people that I usually see information from, the stuff I get is usually, lately, it's been about 85 to 90% accurate. Lately. Which is really good compared to like the 50, 60, 70% back in the day. So,
I like those odds.
yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to see the character. I mean, that's my whole thing. I'm not even going to start an army. I have my stomp. I'm happy. But I really want to see this mega track scrapjet character toting trike looking thing. Like, I really want to see what this is about.
Dude, I'm going to end up, so I have that big orc army.
Yep.
I'm going to end up having just a completely separate orc army that's just all the buggies and the trike and totally Mad Max style.
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
I mean, they knew exactly what they were doing, putting the grot on the front of that buggy. With the mask. It's like, they put a blood bag. It was
I'm really hoping that they don't make new boy models, but I do want them to. But my friend Clint, longtime orc player, told him that we would throw away all of his models, and I would end up buying him a brand new orc army to replace all the ones that are mixed matched, and we get him a new case, everything. He just like tosses everything in these like plastic containers. Really frustrating. I really don't want to have to buy a whole brand new army for someone.
I say, where do we get that kind of hookup?
I know, right?
Well, and also I'd be building them and painting them too.
So I need to make a deal with you and go, okay, if they release Russ before the end of the year, you'll like build me a 2,000 point Russ army.
No.
Well, he will. That'll just cost you something.
Yeah.
How about a shirt? I mean,
is it the same price that Clint's paying?
Oh God, I hate you
Played
guys.
with blood a long time ago.
let's see what's coming on. So, let's see, what is that? So next week's release is kind of low, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
they're releasing the Reaver Titan for Adeptus Titanicus.
Yep.
Well, this week is a couple new kill team boxes, and then it'll be the new Blood Bowl team. I don't think anybody will play the Rot Gutters or whatever, or Nurgle Rotters.
You shut your
But
mouth. You shut your mouth.
and the Reaver. I imagine September is going to be a bit of a fill in some spots. Well, and plus we have the Lord of the Rings big release this month as well.
That's this weekend.
Yeah, but I suspect we're going to get some. We'll see some reboxings throughout the month.
Yeah. Well, you know
I'm
what
not
comes
impressed
out.
with the models. I'm really not impressed with the models.
Well, you know what's funny about that Lord of the Rings release, Lord of the Rings? They've redid the rules, which is great because it was broken in some aspects. But it's like one full release. It's like here's everything we redid all at one time. It's not even spread out. which is really odd.
Well, I mean, they got to do something for October, so that's why they released that they're going to release the Beastman stuff.
The Beastman stuff. Mm.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
all they're doing is releasing a couple new models. I think that's the first time in Age of Sigmar that they've done that.
Yeah,
Not a brand new army. It's just kind of a re-release.
It's a re-release with a endless spells with a shrine that they've needed, and it's all the same old models. The only thing that I'm hoping for to see, because if there's any fine cast models that are not fine cast and they're actually plastic, that would be great.
Yeah, I don't think that's coming.
Never know.
I've always liked Beastmen. I thought they were kind of cool.
You do understand, like, I wanted to paint a Dragon Order Shagarath, right? Or Shagarath, since that model came out when it was in metal. And I saw it again and I was like, should I just do the 1,000 points I have of Chaos right now and then be like, okay, I'm doing Beastmen for the rest of the Escalation League now? Because I would love to paint up some Gores and then have some Dragon Ogres and some Bull Gores.
Looking at the endless spells, that big horn, that'd be awesome in the hands of a knight.
Oh, it would be. God, that model is so amazingly cool. I feel like GW is ripping us off, though, you know?
Yeah.
They're only giving us half a bull.
You connect them.
You can't handle the full bull.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they don't think anyone can handle the full bull.
What else? So it's good. Oh, go ahead, John.
I was going to say I might have to snag that endless spells just for that bull, because I might be able to turn that into like a count as. There's a leader for the Chaos Dwarves. I can't think of what his name is, but he rides on this big burning bull with wings. I could maybe put some wings on that. I don't have to spend money on the massive Forge World model.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who wants to pay Forge World prices now?
Yeah, right.
I don't with that premium. You get them premium prices.
I know. Well,
just happened,
premium prices.
We didn't have a chance to talk about that, did we? Did we talk about the premium prices?
I don't think we have.
Yeah, I don't think we touched on it.
That kind of blew up this last week, really.
I'm probably going to piss off a lot of people right now.
Uh-oh.
This is a hobby.
Ooh.
And guess what?
Ooh.
It's not a necessity, and Forge World's not a necessity. So if you really want to be complaining and you're in the U.S., I say suck it, because go look at Australia and New Zealand, and those are the people to feel sorry for, because they got jacked up by like 50%. We got like a 19 to 18%, but those fools really got hit hard. So I feel bad for the people in Australia and New Zealand, because that sucks ass.
Well, with that,
there's
a petition going out that's been out, and the maximum petition was like 5,000 people, and it's over 7,000 of what they wanted. So it's over 2,000 more people. So I'm curious to see what this petition. I don't think anything's gonna happen out of it, but all I gotta say with the people that are upset, even the Aussies, everybody, the only way to fix a problem is you don't support the problem. Speak with your wallet. That speaks volume when it comes to businesses. So that's just my 2 cents.
Well, I'm still gonna buy shit, so I don't really give a crap. Like I said, Forge World's a premium, and it's not like a necessity. You don't have to have Forge World to play the game.
Well, you have to have Forge World to win the game.
That's debatable.
Yeah, Just North saying that Titanicus is 500 Australian dollars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Australia got hosed when it comes to anything Forge World prices.
Oh, they got hosed usually with their prices, don't they?
Yes, they do.
The most expensive GW models you can get.
Yeah, they are. And but we still get them.
Oh, I know. But apparently only the super rich in Australia play them.
I mean, like, I don't blame Australian people like going, a little ways up north and getting some China something models because they really got hosed. But I mean, I think it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's always been a premium.
Well, and I think I kind of hit it on the head there that it's kind of like a luxury item. It's like you don't need it, and if you can't afford it or you don't want it, don't get it.
Yep.
I think a lot of gamers, and this I'll probably make some people mad too. I think a lot of people forget that they are not entitled to anything with Games Workshop, Forge World, or any game company, especially when it comes out with rules. People expect certain things with rules, and they don't get their way, and they get upset and they start flaming everything and being extremely upset. I don't think people realize that. It's not theirs. They're not. It's not like they deserve something. I mean, it sucks when you don't get the type of product that you were hoping for. I'm not going to discount that, but to assume that a company is going to do things the way we want it. But if you have an issue with it, speak with your wallet. That's one of the best ways to do it.
Yeah. If people stop buying Forge World, they'll fix the prices. But I know when people saw that other thing too that came out after the really surprises, they said free shipping for $120 or more. A lot of people were like, "Okay, I'm buying some Forge World shit."
Which is funny. It's basically you buy one thing now and you get free shipping because it costs so much. So,
yeah.
But the best thing people forget, for us have been doing this for a while. I'm gonna go on the competitive side now because I want to address this. I've seen so much Forge World that it's unbelievable. Back in the day, you hardly would see Forge World because most organizers would not allow Forge World models.
I remember those days.
Okay. And the reason why is because of the skew and there was the rules, and there's some majority of Forge World models and rules were just a little bit better than the regular Games Workshop rules, and so everybody would have an advantage on that if they had it. So organizers would say nope, no Forge World, or they would limit it. Now it's like the Wild Wild West, and people expect you to have Forge World, or they think they need it to win, and like all this stuff. And it's just like, it's great that we have Horus Heresy. We've got all this beautiful product that Forge World does. Amazing artists, like real artists that are putting their hearts and minds and souls behind these models. But you don't need it to win at all. You really don't. They're just great models.
Unless you're playing Horus Heresy.
Well, yeah, right. Yeah.
Because it is really hard to win with the Betrayal of Califox stuff. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So just a reminder, like this is, it only takes, the community of organizers that, let's go back to the bare roots and no Forge World. And people are they're going to be up in uproar, but guess what? It's about making things even. So.
That is true, Ski.
Well, I know a lot of events that run a lot of Forge World, like the narratives. Those guys have a lot of fun.
Yep, they do, because most people, when you go to a narrative event, you're expecting people to bring whatever they want to bring because it's narrative. Everyone's going to bring like some fun stuff and do that kind of stuff. So you're expecting a different army, and you're expecting to have fun. With competitive side of the street, some people are going there to have fun. Other people there are going to win, and so that completely changes the environment you're going to play in.
That's true.
Like higher level games, man, those are some heartless games.
Yeah.
They're brutal.
We had that chat today about that.
Yeah.
So you had a chat about power levels?
Yeah. They're really skewed in not a good way.
Well, they did that just make you can play quick games without having to put your mind behind army building.
Yeah.
So
Power is a different way to play, just like everything, man. Your bet, but I think most of the time your best games you'll ever get to play is with your friends. You know, y'all agree on something, y'all do a fun narrative event or something like that, and usually those are the best games you'll ever have.
Usually.
Except if you're playing Jonathan. He brings these power lists to friendly games.
Oh, God. No, I don't.
It's like, oh, this is going to be great for me.
The first time I ever played on FNP. Oh, it's just fun. We're having fun.
I learned my lesson.
So did you guys
I'm not a good person.
see that new troll, the new troll picture for AOS? But it's not from AOS actually.
Underspire. Shade.
Shade
Yeah,
Spire.
Underhive, right? Underhiver, Spade Spiver.
Shadespire, yeah.
That one. That troll looks amazing.
Which is
I want to see it in the new Goblin army. That'll be amazing.
well, I don't know. I thought that was going to be the new fungi / insecticide troll, and then it's like, no, this is for the new Shadespire game. I'm like, interesting.
Yeah, that's a huge model for Shadespire.
Yeah.
That's scary thinking about that. I wonder if we're going to be seeing is he like an actual part of a war band, or is he going to be like somebody you can hire?
I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do the whole hiring mercenaries, because save that for Mordheim if they ever redo it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm hoping.
Or guys, is that model really that big?
Oh yeah, they even said that's the new troll model, like the new Togroth or whatever it is, the Togroth.
I was figuring maybe the tiny troll.
Oh, like mini me.
That model is wicked, but I think the new Ork stuff, those trucks look amazing.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, they're all right.
Oh, please.
Yeah, they're absolutely amazing. It's I want to know who their new soldiers are that they've been bringing on. 'Cause it looks like they got either the guys that they had there before have upped their game and kind of redid how they do the designs, or they actually got brand new people in. Because usually it's all concept art, obviously, before it goes to like a CAD or something for them to 3D make it or print it. But
I think they're doing all this Age of Sigmar has really upped their game, dude.
yeah,
It's really amazing to see what the new Primarch looks like.
TJ, did you see what V wrote?
Well, you're right.
He said,
I would love to have an easy win against TJ for the easy win. Yeah, it's all pretty much easy wins for me, man.
Wait till I show him that Blades of Corn army that he can modify, and then he starts playing it, and he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I feel like an animal," and everybody's like, "I don't want to play TJ. This is horrible." Huh?
Nah, man, I told you, dude. I'll build the list, and the dice will fail me.
When you have rerolls for everything, it's really hard to fail you.
this is true, TJ. After you had rerolls with Gilliman, you stomped me. You stomped my LVO list every time.
Well, that wasn't hard. Your list wasn't that good.
Jesus.
Love it. Brutal.
Wow.
No.
You know
It's
what?
just the
I
fact
came
that it was a bad matchup for you, Jonathan. I just had more firepower than you could dish out.
Yeah, but the point is your list was good.
It's because I have Gillimon.
Rowboat Girly Man.
We're about to Gillimon.
Hey,
You know, I forgot. At ITC, well, this week we played ITC, and we played some of the new secondary objectives.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention some of those, which changed up the way the game was played, because they do Now there is one, you know, remember there was that one, if you kill the unit of 20 or something like that or whatever, you get a point.
Reaper?
Mhm.
Yeah, Reaper's changed. For every 20 models you kill, just 20 models in general, you get a point. So it keeps on accumulating.
Huh.
So it's just every 20 models you kill, you get a point. So, you know, like I killed off 40 cultists, got 2 points. And then on top of everything else, you know, you generate points. So if you kill up 80 models, you get 4 points.
Oh.
There we go. Because there's that whole thing of, you know, I took 9-man squads, so I didn't give you Reaper because you had to get 10-man squads or higher to get Reaper. So now it's just a cumulative, which that's pretty smart.
Now, let me look at, yeah, let me pull that up real quick and I'll go over some of the changes, which is pretty cool.
While he's doing that real quick, the next, just to throw it out there, I have to work on the rules on the page. But for people that are watching and whatnot, the next Age of Sigmar tourney at Atomic Hobby, we're going to be running the Wargamers Con objectives and missions, 3 of them, so people can get a feel for, if they didn't get to go Wargamers Con, they can get a feel about how it played out a little bit, you know, with 3 games. So
That's cool.
Yeah, also, Jeff Russell just says he's doing some last-minute touches on his Nova army. I am so jelly that you are going to Nova.
I like doing Nova. I don't think I won that thing I gave $20 for.
Oh, that, yeah.
I haven't heard anything.
No, they don't do the drawing until the last day now.
Oh, they do the drawing for the
Yeah, they
army?
do the drawing Sunday on the last day.
Oh.
Dude, frontline gaming site. Okay.
I didn't know it goes for so long.
Yeah. Okay. So where is that? Mission. Okay.
You find it?
Yeah, trying to. Alright, missions. Here we go.
Oh,
8th edition. Okay.
find it?
Yeah, I did now. Okay. So they changed up some stuff. So secondary mission. So they stop Headhunter, of course, 1 point for each enemy character, which is simple. Kingslayer is still the same. Mark for Death does change it up too. You choose 4 of your enemy opponents with a power level of 7 or more. And when you destroy one of those units, you get a point. So you must destroy the, like, so you can kind of double up on that. You know, if you want to do Headhunter, and then he's got like 5 or 6 characters, you pick out 4 characters and you kind of double up. So you can do Headhunter plus that, because most characters are going to be power level of 7. Opponents' units that are power level 7 or more. Big Game Hunter is still the same, except it's 7+ wounds. I think it used to be 8+, didn't it? Titan Slayer really hadn't changed up, but Reaper has. The Reaper has, because it's for every 20 models.
No,
So
Big Game used to be 10 wounds.
Yeah, well, that's right. Big Game Hunter used to be 6.
Yeah.
You're right on that one. I did change it.
That's a big change.
Yeah.
Jess Norris says, what is Jonathan doing? Is he drunk? I said, no, I'm just basing.
Yeah.
He goes, of course you are. And then Tyler goes, free basing?
Probably. So they did change this one, the Butcher's Bill. Remember that one where if you slay more than some whatever, it's just destroy 2 enemy units, 2+ enemy units in one turn, and you earn a point. So that's changed up a little bit. I think it was, you had to destroy like 3 units or something like that a turn. The old one, I forgot what it used to be. And they still have old school, but you know, they did do ground control. You earn 1 point for each objective held at the end of the last battle round played. So if you think you're going to be able to grab a lot of objectives and stuff, you can do that one too, which just changed up. So I think it kind of changes up the way I think you need to build armies, which is kind of interesting. So I think those changes are kind of good. We played it, and I enjoyed playing the Reaper, because, you know, you get all those armies that have, you know, at least probably 90 to 100 models out there on the table, you know, and a lot of them are chaff. So you take care of a lot of the chaff, and you automatically get 4 victory points. So
Yeah.
So that changed up a little bit. What's Jonathan got in his mouth?
What don't I have in my mouth?
I'm not going to answer that one.
Man, everybody's working on something.
Aren't you? Well, I'm working on my Depthus Titanicus terrain stuff. I was trying to do like a fade effect with some paint with the spray can, but it didn't come out right, so I'm just painting it now. You know, it's funny. I was like going to paint it another color. I was going to paint it the Fang because a lot of my terrain I've done that way. Then I thought about it because I built some rocks and some tree terrain stuff, and I thought about it, and I was like, okay, if this city is by all these rock quarries, then all the stone would be the same thing as the rock. So I was like, okay, I'll just paint it that color then. Because I bought a whole bunch of cheap army painter. Well, army painter's a little cheaper than GW paint when it comes to the models. So I bought some army painter stuff for it. So I was like, okay, I'll just do that with it. Now I'm using my army painter.
I do like army painter.
Not bad.
Some of the army painter stuff I like, but there's a lot of their paints that are just like, nah. I still prefer GW paints. I know a lot of people complain about GW paints drying out for some reason or not, but still find it a better product.
I've never had a GW paint dry out. I have Midnight Blue. I have 2 things of Midnight Blue. They discontinued that when they got rid of these bottles.
When Reagan was still president.
Look at this. I still have a Lothran Blue. It's not dried out. I think it's just, I think when people, they're not taking care of their paints.
I have a couple of inks, like chestnut ink.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of the problem that people have is when they open those lids, they let paint get down inside the inner rim, and it ends up hardening there. And when it comes time for them to close the lid, they're not getting a proper seal on it.
Yeah.
That they probably have it stored by a hot window or something that's hot. That they, you know.
Oh, guys, here's another great tip. I have a little bottle of dropper water.
Yep.
Whenever I open up a paint, I drop about 3 or 4 drops of water in there, and I reshake it up, and that also helps too.
Every time?
Every time.
Would that dilute your paint over like?
Oh my God! Do I have to tell you, Duncan? Thin your paints. You're thinning it automatically.
Yeah. But there's a point when you thin it too much, and you get that weird bubbly water thing, and you try to put them on, and.
Okay, Jonathan. I said 3 drops of water, so drop, not squirt, squirt, squirt. I know you're excess because you are Nurgle. No, small drops of water, and it works fine.
Wait, isn't excess Slanesh?
Well, you are. Isn't Slanesh excess? I don't know all these different Chaos gods. The only one I know is Blood for the Blood God. That's all I was taught. The more you slaughter, the better.
So weird for such a diehard Imperium player like yourself.
What do you mean, diehard Imperium player?
Yeah, you're a 1 tattoo away from an Aquila tattoo.
Whoa, that would not be my first tattoo. I'll tell you that much.
Would it be my name?
Huh?
It'd be the FNP logo.
Hell no. Be the Obsidian Knights logo if I was going to get anything. No, I would get a Space Wolf tattoo. So I could be like Ski. We could be Space Wolf brothers.
Wolfpack.
We go around howling at each other.
Sniff each other's butts.
Oh,
You don't have to have a tattoo to slap each other's butts, Jonathan.
No, sniff.
Sniff?
Sniff.
Oh no. That's for the uncharacterized Space Wolves. Those are wolfing. We're not wolfing.
Oh.
See, that's what actually helping. That's what happens. The wolfen get beside the normal space wolves, and they try to sniff their asses, and that just pisses them off, so they go buck shit crazy. That's what happens. That's what the curse of the wolfen is. It's called ass sniffing.
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm just listening to this rant of butt sniffing wolfen. And it's epic.
Has anyone thought about it? I mean, it's pretty realistic. It's not too far fetched.
What?
Now I'm gonna go into Lexiconum and edit one of their posts. I'm like, curse of the wolfen, butt sniffing. Yeah.
I just had to prove Tyler's comment. It says it was blocked. Oh, because he wrote untucked and butt crack. Why was it blocked?
Sam said it looks like underwear, so I'm sure gets it.
I'm actually looking up to see if they added anything to the actual Space Wolf fluff.
Oh, George just asked about AOS and how do you win with dwarves? You don't. They're too small and short.
You roll higher than 3s.
I thought they were doing pretty good.
Well, George met some Ironjaw Orks a little while ago, and he Fire Slayers are resilient, very resilient, have a lot of rerolls, and they're very hard to kill. The problem is you have to run them in big squads, and they're like blobs. They basically just tie down units. But I don't know, once you get some of the dragons in there, the Magnadors, whatever they're called, and the 500-point games are intro games. So you gotta remember, don't base off your army off of small games. They're just to help learn what things do. I've seen 2,000-point Fire Slayer dwarves, and I have not won against them yet.
Okay, so I have a question. Did George have a mug in one hand and drinking beer?
No, I think he was bald and freshly.
Oh, that's his problem. He needs to dye his hair red.
Yeah.
Step 1, you have to grow a beard. Yep. And you have to be grumpy when you play it too.
And
very
George,
grumpy.
It was turn 3, but you gotta remember I was rolling like 5s and 6s the whole game. So in any tabletop games, if you roll more 6s than your opponent, you're gonna win. That's the basic part.
Negative Speed Racer.
Wait, isn't it Ghost Rider?
No, it's Speed Racer, dude. Damn it, Jonathan.
What are you, Chim Chim? A monkey?
Who's Chim Chim? That's the most racist comment I've ever heard in my life.
It's a monkey.
Oh, now you're calling me a monkey, huh?
I guess.
God damn it, Jonathan.
Trying to think.
Chim Chim all over you, buddy.
I
Chim Chim.
gotta look up some Fire Slayer stuff now.
Yeah, help out George. Dude, you have to take like 3 dragons.
And like have your squads like 30-man squads.
I think everything in Age of Sigmar is better in 30s.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna, depending on the army. So when I ran my Orks, a lot of people are like, I ran 10-man unit of boys. Some people are like, oh no, you need to run War Scroll battalions. Some other guys are like, oh no, you need to maximize out your squads and go with what feels right to you. Some units you want 30-man squads like Reavers and Bloodletters and things that make you really scared and run away from. But there's other things that are resilient. Because if you think about it, if I had 30 boys in one unit, that is 60 wounds.
But the problem is you don't have reach, so you can't really get all those attacks in.
There you go. Now, if you're on a 25mm base, you can at least get your first 2 ranks. 32s, you only get your first rank. So, yeah. Let's see here. Where is the Fire Slayer dwarves? Let's see here.
What you need is Gotrek and Felix, and you will be fine.
I guess you're correct. You're 100%.
Just get Gotrek and you'll be fine. Trust me. He's a win at all costs for dwarves.
Did we talk about the shadespire models?
No.
Yeah.
What's up?
Shadespire models?
What about him?
We didn't talk about them.
I did. It's just the one troll.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. Everybody thought he was going to be part of like, the new army, but it's Shadespire. And so that's like a troll the size with fungus everywhere in Shadespire. Again, it's supposed to be a big model.
So he's like an army himself?
I don't know. It's just one model. I don't know.
We don't know yet. It was called a sneak peek, Jonathan.
Show you a sneak peek.
That won't be.
Let's see.
You need a good laugh tonight, Jonathan. Good laugh. Oh shit!
A 30 bot. Just can't do it. Yep.
Steve's looking that up.
Yep.
So, John, are you doing an Age of Sigmar army?
Eventually.
Not what I want to hear.
Should join the Escalation League.
Well, I want to, guys, but I am taking on a painting commission, Space Wolves, and then I've got another one I'm doing right after that. And then after that, it's right into getting my LVO army ready. So I really don't have time to work on that right now.
Yeah, I'm really debating on what I'm going to do for LVO now.
You know what's good?
It's taking me a little bit of time to gather up all the parts for my army. I still need to cast some stuff up, but I'm almost there. It's just, man, having to take time to do all these commissions. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But I want to go play with the big boys.
Yeah, that's what she said.
She did say that.
That's what she likes to do. She likes to play with the big boy. Fire Slayers seem to revolve around 30-man blobs of Volkrites, according heroes. Don't have much combat capability of their own. No, they don't. They're Fire Slayers. They eat fire. They slay it.
See, the good thing about my spooky ghosts is when I'm done with them, I'll have my whole spooky ghost on me. I'll be done.
Spooky ghosts suck.
And then I'll be able to focus on my haunted house. What?
How many more spooky ghosts you got to paint?
They're all painted. Just
They're
gotta
all
paint
painted?
now and do some highlights.
That sounds spooky.
Sounds a little ghostly too.
It sounds ghostly and spookiness.
I might even say supernatural.
Sounds super nature, dude.
What?
Super nature. I don't know how you win with Fire Slayers, George. I wish I did. I don't even know how to win with Corn.
I don't know.
Run across the table and that didn't work. He lied to me. He said, just run across and kill stuff. I did. It didn't work. I couldn't kill anything. Ridiculous.
He told me he'd tell me some secrets in the back room, and that never came to fruition.
Did he show you something else in the back room? Was that what he was trying to get to you?
Nope.
I didn't have an opportunity because he always had new people come in.
People kept on coming in?
Yeah.
It's hard to be alone back there. People keep on coming in.
Yeah.
Don't they have any concern for our privacy back there when we're back there trying to game?
Side model.
I mean, last time I was up there with John, we were in the back room and people just kept on coming in too.
Yeah.
Well, people like to watch.
I know. I mean, go play your own game, okay? We're playing our game back here.
Maybe a suggestion is putting on a door whenever you are filming something that says, do not enter on live or something like that, or something like that.
Filming in process.
Yeah.
Oh, we should put a little window in there so people can look in. And they're like, "Oh man, they're filming."
Well, those guys are such dorks.
Yeah. What a bunch of
Say that out loud. Yeah. Tell them just to get Felix and Gore-Tex. Trust me, you'll win. The white dwarf. He needs to get the white dwarf. That's what he needs. The white dwarf.
I have the white dwarf.
Will that help him, Steve? Will the white dwarf help him?
I have Grimadol too.
Yep, I've got both. I'm just looking at, like I say, you can't really, the 500-point games don't, it's hard to say, don't get discouraged on your armies at 500-point games.
It's okay, George. If me and you play, guess what? You'll win.
Once you get big, like bigger armies, the dragons help a lot. I know that for a fact.
You get big. That's funny. You said you're small, George.
You toss out a lot of moral wounds.
You said George is small. You said once he gets big.
Still talking about armies, right?
God, Jonathan, what do you think we're talking about here, man?
That's why I'm just ensuring that we're talking about armies.
What else were we talking about?
Those little dinosaurs that you put in water.
Yeah, those things grow tremendously, man. Those things are like small, and then you put them in water, and they get really big. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought you guys were talking about. I just want to make sure we're on the same thing.
Yeah, we know John Miller likes dinosaurs.
He does.
He really does.
Yeah. Something popped up in my inbox. That's why I was trying to read it. Interesting rumor, and I'm going to stress rumor. With Russ, Lehman Russ.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks like it's a very strong possibility that he's going to be in a box set, just like Gilliman and the Yanari were. And it'll be Russ, what's he called? The custodian guy, Constantine Baldor, and some unknown Sister of Silence character.
That's right, because Constantine Valador did leave.
Yeah, and he left with all of his stuff, which normally when they retire, they leave behind their armor and everything, but he took all of his stuff. So that comes from a okay source. Obviously it's a rumor. I'm sure I'll get blamed by GW again or something that I've leaked a rumor or something, but we'll see how that goes.
You got in trouble with GW?
About 2 years ago, I had people from corporate ask me, or almost borderline interrogate me about revealing information. They said they had plausible sources that I was a leak while I was still working there, which I wasn't. And I knew who the leak was, but I didn't want to dime him out because I didn't want to be a jerk about it. But I was not the leaker, and so it looks like it might be happening again. I don't know if it's all kind of joking, but when I mentioned about the Orks going to be probably pretty broken, that seems to be getting passed around too. That maybe I have the inside scoop and I've leaked stuff.
Damn it, you're trying to get FNP in trouble, John.
I guess. I mean, I have nothing. I don't know what to say. Just because I know some people and I hear things.
You know a guy that knows a guy?
I know a guy that knows a guy. And I know a guy that knows a guy.
This is crap.
And just because I get little snippets doesn't mean that I'm like leaking stuff. I mean,
Well, I guess it does. So don't ask me.
Well, that's technically a leak.
I guess it is, yeah. But Well, the point is, I wasn't leaking when I was an employee with Games Workshop. That's the most important thing. Afterwards, oh yeah, I have no problem passing on information.
Oh, can't get in trouble now.
Yeah, exactly. I can't get in trouble now, but it's just.
You could shut us down, man.
It'll be funny if I get an email or a phone call in the coming weeks.
That'd be awesome, man. I would be so ecstatic if that was the actual rumor and that Russ came out and I would get to get another cool, what's it called, to paint.
Yeah, but too bad nobody likes Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just like Nurgle. I mean, nobody likes the wolves. Nobody likes Nurgle. So
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
wolves are stinky and smelly. And
definitely.
Hold on, just I can't paint Space Wolves and Blood Angels in an IGCP battery in 6 months. I can't do it.
Yeah, definitely take what I said with a major grain of salt. Like, you might need a hydrate because you might get like sodium ion intoxication or something. It's which is, you know, a legitimate thing, and you don't want to die from that.
The fact that you remember what it's called from your military days makes me sad.
I loved it. Him saying all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
But see, those rumors, John. I hate to say it, but I'm going to be blasting it as truth now. So I'm just. It's a Russ rumor. So any Russ rumor is true. How true? That's a whole different story. But it's true.
But what's funny is that how rumors become leaks.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh well, you know, so and so said this, and then so and so said this, and you pass it on to your friend, and all of a sudden it's gospel. And
but you heard it here first.
You saw, yeah, there was a burning bush.
First, at FNP Wargamers.
A star came down from the sky and spoke to me. Yeah. But if it ends up being accurate, you heard it here first.
It's a good thing people waited an hour to get that information.
I know, right?
When he thinks GW will develop more lore and perks for second striking Stormhost. Ooh.
Fair point. Fair point. You can toilet paper my house.
Why are we toilet paper to John's house?
Ben was saying if I'm not right. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of rumors coming out. I mean, I'm sure everybody has also seen stuff like the Primaris Marines on bikes, and what we talked about earlier, the Primaris transports. I think the Primaris transports has a lot more truth to it. I don't think we're going to see it until Space Marines get a new book.
Yeah, from what I heard, that's 2019, right?
Oh yeah. I would say 2019 is when they start rolling out all the new models for every army and the new books. It's going to be probably that fast of a turnaround for 8th edition. I mean, it's still going to be 8th edition, but it falls in line with what Games Workshop was talking about. They want to be able to release books with the new model kits. That's probably why we're not seeing the Yunari.
Oh.
Where is
Yeah.
So to answer one of the questions they asked me, it's good. I don't know when they're going to update the second striking Stormhost, like develop more lore. I don't know, but my guess is every time they update that book, they add more. So I don't know. That's a very good question.
For what? Stormcast?
Yep, because it's he's asking if GW will develop more lore and perks for second striking Stormhosts.
Yeah, I think that'll be almost every single. Yeah, whenever they may release Stormcast, probably as frequently as they're probably going to release Space Marine stuff.
Well, I do know the Stormcast, just like Space Marines, are their what do you call it? Their go-to. It was Chaos in 40K, so they have Death Guard. It was Chaos in Age of Sigmar, and they just switched to Death recently, and that really threw me off. That's a crazy one, but we'll see. Stormcast are usually the same overall. Like that's their child that they can do stuff with. So the fluff, they've been doing a great job keeping up with the story in the books and updating it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they add more, or add some kind of campaign, or put them in something that gives you some more lore. I don't know about perks, but maybe more lore.
I think the Stormcast Eternal stuff, the storyline's getting really good with them too.
Oh man!
Did you guys read Tyler's comment?
Yes.
Funny.
How long did it take you to think about that, Tyler? Tyler says, I heard a rumor that Lehman Russ and Chakotay Khan got fused in the warp and will return as a giant werewolf riding a motorcycle going by the name Kibla Khan. Oh, my God.
That'd be hilarious if it's true.
Yes.
Why not?
With Russ, though, I've heard this consistently ever since they started leaking out if it was Russ or Line. But he's, again, supposed to be kind of like this Odin-esque type feel of a character now with Russ. So, we know what he looks like in 30K when he was a younger person. We see how his temper is. We see the model and all that stuff. I have a feeling we're going to be blown away. He's not going to look nothing like he's supposed to. Like we all think he should.
Come back like Old Man Russ or Old Man Logan.
Yep.
Old. That'd be pretty cool.
And anoint Ragnar Blackmane, the godsend of everything, and then Ragnar Blackmane will take over everything. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah. Yes, he did. Well, we'll see. We will see. Well, plus, those rumors, plus that, I don't know if you guys saw, there's a lot of chatter about Fulgrim and the only Primarch, traitor Primarch that has a valid reason to betray the Emperor, Angron. They might be getting models by Christmas time.
Oh, I don't think that's hard to believe.
Yeah. Oh, it's a stretch. It's a big stretch. It would have to. I'd be very surprised if they did a new release in December. It's generally a month that they do all their big holiday gift ideas and stuff like that. It's a stretch, but it's a rumor gaining traction.
You think they're going to do their battle forces?
I think they're going to do galaxies.
Yeah, they'll do 4. They'll probably do 2 for Age of Sigmar, which will probably be the Night Haunts and the Stormcast Eternals, and then probably another Primaris Marine, maybe even focused on Space Wolves this time, and then.
But they usually do 4 each, though. It's usually 4 for each.
Well, I bet at least one of them will also be Dark Eldar. So from there, maybe Orks, Beastmen. I don't know. What else?
Let's see here. So last year, or was it the first year? The first year was Beast Claw Raiders, I know for a fact.
They did Bloodbound, right?
What's that?
They did Bloodbound, right?
Bloodbound was one, and I think it was Seraphon was that. I don't think there was any death. I don't remember that. So the second year, it was Orks. I think it was Stormcast again. And
Isn't it a year too quick for another codex to be reprinted?
I mean, yes, but I suspect that they are cranking out they're already working on those new models, and I would say within the next, they'd probably be done with whatever their first army is going to be for the new getting a new codex. Usually about 6 to 9 months out, the codex is already done and the new models, and then they're already starting to build up their stock levels. So I would say probably.
Well, Jonathan, I'm going to break it to you. If it's going to be June, like if they release Space Marines, will probably be like April or May. It'll actually be 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Which then the Demon Primarchs makes sense too because they've got your Death Guard Nurgle, you've got your Thousand Suns Zeech. We don't really have a Khorne 40k book, right?
Nope.
Right. We don't have Slanesh.
Nope, no Slanesh, no Emperor's Children.
They're gonna
Yeah.
have Slanesh
Rumors, you know, that they're going to do Slanesh stuff.
They're gonna
Yeah.
do Slanesh miss.
Yeah. Well, you know, that is the Space Marine Codex will probably be the first one because think about this: they did 8th edition last year, and we got Age of Sigmar 2nd edition this year. They're going to need a big release next year to keep basically feeding the machine and having a whole bunch of new models, new sculpts, and new units and stuff. That's probably when we're going to see those Primaris transports and bikes and stuff like that. We'll probably see that, and maybe new Primarch, who knows, by June. I'd say by summertime. So they're going to want a nice, strong summer.
Yeah, wasn't 40k last year? Wasn't that Space Wolf, Tau, and Death Watch? Was that and there was one other one for Christmas last year?
Well, this year, right before summer, was Death Watch, Dark Eldar, and Tau, I think, and Knights.
Yep.
What is this one from? 'Cause I know there was a Space Wolf one that had a flyer in it.
Oh, that was about a year or so before, wasn't it? The oh wait, are we talking about the same thing?
I'm just looking up all the box sets that they've released over the
Oh, okay. You're talking about like the Christmas box sets and stuff.
Battle Forces. So like,
Okay.
There's been 2 different Tau boxes. There's been a Space Wolf box, a Death Watch box, an Ork box. Space Marine box, Genestealer Cold box. I forgot about them. What else?
Oh, yeah, we still haven't seen the Genestealer box yet.
Adeptus Mechanicus was there.
Yeah, I bet Gene Stealers will be, if not September, I'd say November.
Yep.
Let's see what Age of Sigmar was.
I always liked the battle boxes.
Oh yeah, they're amazing deals too.
I remember when I first started back in 5th edition, this was one of the first things I bought. I bought a box of Chaos Space Marines to see if I liked it, and then I got the Battle Orks. Is that what's going back then? Just be $100, had all the cool stuff in it.
Yep.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, there was this thing that was called Warhammer 40K.
Okay, so last year, so these are the 8 boxes from last year, last Christmas. So Age of Sigmar was, it looks like Stormcast with the Celestium Prime, Sylvaneth, Orks with the Giant, Bloodbound Khorne, Space Wolf with the Flyer, Tau with the suits and the transport, Admech, and Death Watch. Those are looks like the 8 from last year.
Okay. Well, I would imagine then at least Stormcast Eternals, Night Haunts, probably Space Wolves, and Orks this year.
Yep.
No, it'll be Admech, guys. Come on.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was thinking Grey Knights.
Right? It's like often like left field super rumor.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to see anything with. I don't think you're going to see anything with Grey Knights until they're ready to redo like all the characters and stuff. Remember that character about one or two editions ago where he could summon the ghostly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Baldrak or whatever, and his ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some crazy builds with that guy. I imagine though that we could. Who knows? Especially after them doing the night haunts, they could probably do some pretty awesome looking ghostly Gray Knights.
Well, and Sanguinus, it would be easy for them to do Sanguinus's model now because it's just basically a ghost with wings. I mean, that's the easiest model you can ever do.
That boy's dead.
Exactly, he's a ghost, dude.
they do have him. They have the Sanguinor.
Well, that's just the wannabe. Like, that's like, hey guys, I'm cool too. I'm like the what do you call it? When you're an actor, you have your stunt double. I mean, that's all that is.
It's like, hi, it's my dad. It's my dad. He's a ghost. Only I can see him, though.
Yeah, I had 10 of the Gordrax ghosts or whatever. They were all ethereal painted Grey Knight Terminators. And then they're like, oh, 6th edition. Just kidding. Those don't exist. I was like, wait. Wait a minute. So I ended up selling.
Oh, so some updates on something too. So Age of Sigmar Champions card game has been flying
amazing.
The shelf. The app just got into beta, which is amazing. I've been playing the heck out of that. Let me tell you right now, if Games Workshop doesn't get the company that does it, I forget their name, if they don't keep up with this, like keep going, it's gonna die. But it's going fast.
Oh, it's good. I like it.
So,
I enjoyed it. Ski taught me how to play.
Yeah, if anybody is in question of the card game, and I know it's a card game, if I'm down at Atomic, I know most of the guys at Atomic, most of them, we all have a deck or two or something. Go down, find your local gaming store that has it, and go play test it. It is so much fun. It takes about 1 to 3 games. Get into it. If you enjoy it, it's worth it.
I call it hootenannies.
It is a hootenanny. Have a good time.
I heard Chaos sucks, so I'm not playing.
Oh my gosh, Chaos is amazing.
That's what I heard. Everyone says, TJ, you don't play Chaos. They suck.
I played Chaos, and I have no issues with them.
Hold on. Is there dice involved in this game?
No.
Nope.
Okay, I'll only play it then.
You might actually do well.
I mean, I was pretty good at Magic, so played like 3 games.
I run Destruction and Chaos. I'm not going to do Death or Order unless the Deepkin Elf faction, if that deck is decent, then I might make one of those. But it's just fun. Especially, okay, so the app. I got to talk about the app. The app is great because I've scanned every single card I have in the app. And I use those to build my decks online, which then, since I'm in the beta now, I can go to play and casual play. Oh, they got challenges now. Okay, hold on. What is this? That's new. So I can go to casual play. So right now there's 143 players online playing casual play. And we play your deck that you built, that you actually have the physical cards for, that you can test out playing someone online and see how it goes. And there's rewards. There's achievements. There's other stuff you get through the app and whatnot. They just released challenges. Challenges defeat some Oracle. So I played a challenge earlier. It was Fate Weaver and 4 Lords of Change, which you can never do in a game. Like those are the champions. That you can't do that. And you basically have a turn counter, and you have like 4 turns, and you're dead. So you have to figure out how to beat them, like with your deck in 4 turns. It is crazy, but it's amazing. Like you can hook up with your friends, and so I have a couple friends from around here that none of them's online. If they were, I could just message them and hit challenge, and we can play each other from their, each other's house, and not have to be there if we don't, if we want to.
I'm kind of like what Kevin said earlier. Too many side games I've seen die out. I was one of the people that played and bought pretty much every single card when Sabretooth Games, they were doing the card games for Warhammer 40,000 and Horus Heresy, where a lot of that artwork came from, and we just saw those card games die out. I'm really hoping a Games Workshop and this company will support this going forward, because I don't want to see a really good sounding game come to an abrupt end.
Well, I do believe Nova, they're going to be at Nova.
Okay.
I believe, too, they're going to be giving away a Founders Pack, which gives you some really cool stuff in the Founders Pack. I wish I would have known. I probably would have got one myself. But if you're going to go to Nova, there's that stupid deck. So check out their booth. Get involved.
They better keep going because it's a really good game.
Well, that's what I'm hearing so far, is that a lot of people are liking it. Product is hard to get a hold of. I'm having a hard time getting a hold of it in my store. So I'm hopeful for it. I'm not can't badmouth it. I'm just hoping that GW and this company, they keep supporting it going forward, and it's not just like a one and done type thing.
I don't think it is. It's pretty complex. It's well thought out.
Complex. You got to learn how to do moves. No, I don't play it. It sounds hard.
They really went beyond the game, like besides just being a card game. They really, between the app and the cards and everything, they really thought it through, and it's pretty darn amazing. Like very innovating, very. So we're looking at pricing cards, and so they have unclaimed and claimed. So I'm going to tell you all this now. The unclaimed means nothing unless you're just somebody that got cards and scanned them and got rid of them, because then you can't unclaim them. So you can unclaim your cards in the app. When you scan them, you can unclaim them. So putting it out there, if anybody's getting rid of their stuff, make sure you unclaim them if you use the app, because I can't claim it in aspects and load it in my game. So, but the pricing is kind of gone way down right now. It's still about claiming and unclaiming. So don't fear like, oh my God, it's a $60 card because it's unclaimed. Well, if you have the card, you want to get rid of it, just unclaim it from the app, and now it's unclaimed.
Cool.
It's good to know. I didn't know it was that easy.
Yep. Me and a friend of mine, Brian, we spent mostly all day Saturday doing champions, and yep.
Yeah, they did. They didn't even talk to me. So they were playing champions the entire time.
You're in a tournament. I don't interrupt people playing tournaments.
Playing Devin, for crying out loud.
Oh, you have to have your concentration on that one.
Mm-hmm. Gotta watch out for Devin, that guy. Cheater.
He's a gaming shark. He'll get you.
He'll get you every time, man. I think I'm done. What do y'all think?
Has that been working on this whole time?
No, what do you think?
Looks good.
It looks like terrain.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And look at it. They got baby night. Baby night.
Yeah.
So cute. He's so cute.
I can't wait for the Warhammer Munchkin game because I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna have a Warhammer Munchkin game?
Yep, they're coming out with one.
No way.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That's
Have you been underneath the rock, my friend?
yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I do have a 2-year-old.
We're not talking about yourself, Jonathan.
Huh?
No. We're talking about not you, Jonathan. We know you're a 2-year-old, but no.
That was good. You guys just got me. Well,
fun to paint terrain. Do y'all like painting terrain? Who likes painting terrain?
I dry brushing.
It's all about dry brushing and washing. So wonderful.
Oh yeah.
I'm really glad I did this because usually when I'm doing this, like at the end of the night, I'm like, man, there's so many models I could have got to while I was chatting, and I never do it. It's the first time I did it.
No, we can chat and talk and paint.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm just spreading mud around a base, so pretty easy.
You're spreading water on a base?
Mud,
Mud?
mud.
As in mud? Like mud pies?
Boy, he loved the pies.
I like Tyler's comments.
What do you say?
He said, I want to play Warhammer Munchkin because I prefer yelling to thinking.
Makes sense. I'll agree with that.
Kick in the door. Boom! The Inquisition. You're dead. No one expects the Inquisition.
I always, they're a bunch of corrupt. I think it's okay.
I love the Inquisition. They're my favorite people in the world.
Hey, has anyone? I was thinking, you know that Martyr game's out, right?
Oh yeah, I play it.
Is it worth $50?
I've been playing it before I even went into beta or alpha, and they've been the improvement. It's amazing. I mean, I enjoy it.
Yeah, but
It's not easy.
is it worth $50 now?
I believe.
Should I wait till it goes on sale?
I mean, you could, but I mean, I think it's worth it with all the work they put into it.
Is anything really worth $50?
A lot of things worth $50.
I'm worth.
I'm worth 25 at least.
I'm worth more than $50.
Are you sure about that?
Or at least to me.
He does have a pretty mouth.
You got really nice hair now, too.
That's debatable.
No, it's very, very flowy. Got the locks going.
Jonathan and his locks.
I was told that somebody was nice, and they said that because I have a gray hair, like a whole skunk tail thing, and somebody said it's not gray. There's this whole thing here. They said it's silver. I was like, oh, well, that's nice.
Were they trying to get something from you at this time?
No. Of course, it was when I'm working at the game store, so.
Oh, yeah. It was a customer. They were just being nice to you. I love painting. I could paint all day. I want to do this for a living. Is there any way I could do it and make good money doing this?
Yeah, look at Sensei Swag.
Oh, no, I can't paint that fast.
Look at Viet.
I can't paint that fast.
Viet makes money. That's what he does full time now. That and DJ. I wish I could paint that quick. I mean, I could paint that quick, but it's not gonna look good.
That's gonna be gold.
That's the key. Painting good and looking. Painting and looking good.
I'll just do that while I'm painting. I paint and I look good. No? No one?
John, is anyone else going to comment on that?
Just some things you can't touch.
Just
Yep.
kind of just let it go.
Yep.
Just like Elsa, we're just going to let it go.
I was gonna say you're gonna pull Elsa on me?
Yep, we're just going to let it go. Let it go, let it go.
And you know what? My hair never bothered me anyway.
And why are you always getting it out of your face? Oh.
Ooh. I don't like it touching my face.
Then it got in your way. So what is everyone working on? Ski's working on Age of Sigmar.
Yep.
I'm working on it. Just like,
Jonathan's working on Age of Sigmar. I'm working on terrain for Adeptus type games.
I'm not working on squat.
oh, you're working on squats? Dude, that's awesome.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Well, I figured it was time to bring him back.
Dude, that's awesome.
Jump 6
Dude.
squats.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Yep.
What is it? Half-Life 3? What is that?
The new game that they're coming out with.
Oh, sweet. Is that like Counter-Strike or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like Counter-Strike. Some may argue it's exactly like Counter-Strike. Now I gotta see chat to see how upset everybody is.
I was double fisting pie, now it's gone, and I have nothing but. He was doing an American pie to the pie? Oh.
Oh.
Tyler.
Oh.
No, Tyler.
Beast,
No.
Beast said Jonathan is high maintenance, though, with his mascara.
Jonathan is really high maintenance. Like a woman.
Like a rich, beautiful woman. I do drink Moscato.
I'll go with woman. We'll take out rich and beautiful, but you got one of it. 1 out of 3 is not bad, buddy.
Well, you know what? Right now, I identify as a 31-year-old man,
You're 31. You were freaking old, man.
right? Grandpa over here.
No comment.
Do you know what he asked us at work last week, Ski?
What's that?
So me and Dennis at work, we're a little bit older, right? You know, Dennis is I think like 41 or 44 or something, and he goes, "Y'all guys are old, right? Do you ever get like aches and pains?" And I was like, "Shut up, Jonathan. I'm not even going to answer that."
That's not exactly what I said. My leg was getting a weird burning sensation. I said, "You guys are old, right? Have you ever had this problem?" Well, because they have, wisdom and life experiences.
But you calling us old? I mean, really?
No.
He started out with "Y'all are old, right?"
Yeah, right. Like that's.
You can't start out a conversation with that and ask and get it a reliable answer.
I was establishing the age and the reason why I was asking, and I was obviously considering the fact that your wisdom modifier is much higher than mine, and
Like a 2. You failed in that department for wisdom. Y'all guys are old, right? So do y'all ever get aches and pains? It was me and Dennis was like just baffled. We were both just like, did he just really do that?
He did.
Yep.
Oh man. Any other stuff going on? Any other news? Any other things in the future happening? Anything?
Hey John, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
So on the Space Wolf Commission,
Yeah.
are you able to say what you're painting?
Yeah.
What are you doing for the Space Wolves?
Let's see here. I want to say it's about 15 intercessors, 2 Redemptor dreadnoughts, Murder Fang, Bjorn, a repulsor, it's a Forge World tank. Oh boy, I can't do it. The Venator.
The Benadryl?
Oh, I can't think of the name of the tank, but oh boy, that's gonna drive me crazy. And then about 10 long fangs, and then I'm going to base a whole bunch of his Wolfen and Santa Claus.
You know, you know our chat's delayed, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when you were talking, I thought I could get away with fixing my hair, and it was you popped up on the screen, and then all of a sudden it just cuts to me just combing my hair, like, and I was like, oh, what a douche. Oh, whoops. I was hoping I'd be on the little screen where no one really pays attention.
I did find one other thing for the Ork rumors that I didn't have last time. So there's the War Trike is a hero vehicle. That's like someone was asking for any more rot news, and that's actually a hero vehicle. So
Hero vehicle?
mm-hmm.
Oh, man. How did it get to that time already?
What time is it?
It's 11:20. Last I looked at the clock, it was like 10:30. I was like, oh, all right. I finished all my bases. I'm pretty good. Well, I finished the base part of the base. Got a lot more to do. As am I, Tyler.
The base part of the base?
Yeah, just the base part. Kind of like the base coat.
Right now?
Base coat. The base coat of the base.
Oh,
it's not flocked yet. The decorations on the base are not painted yet. And all the skulls have to be painted. And highlighted. Well, they're already painted. Base and wash. Now you gotta highlight them all. But all right, guys. I think we should call it. It was a big, nice, long show. Phrasing didn't mean for that.
What's crazy?
Nothing.
Well, hopefully next week I'll have the Spaceballs to show off.
That'd be good. Well, guys, as always, thank you to our Patreon supporters and for being in chat and supporting us as well. It was a lot of fun, as always, and criticisms are always a laugh. And thank you guys so much. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't, as well as if you want to hook us up on Patreon, get some dice and some other cool stuff, and be sure to check us out there. And
Don, I'll send you some mascara.
Mascara, and hair product, mascara and hair product.
Can't pass up.
John always buys my hair product, right, John?
That is true.
Yep,
That is true.
look at
One of
those.
us needs that there.
Real quick, I just found something about Warhammer Conquest, so something to look into.
Yeah, we talk about it next week because I think the rumor is it's going to happen in America.
So, yep.
So, all right, guys. Oh, V asked, are the dice going to be blessed by TJ?
If you want them blessed by me, I will roll them for you.
No, I'll just do a mass blessing over all the dice.
As long as Jonathan doesn't touch them, we're okay.
And I take requests on blessings. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. You guys have a good night.
For now.